This is the Arkansas River, and we are in Cowley County, Kansas, which southern border shares with the northern state line of Oklahoma, and just to the northwest, the city of Wichita. Well, as we cruise ahead here to the banks of the river and over the woods, we're looking for a lost cemetery just ahead. One of our viewers, Andrea, it is her great-great-aunt who is buried there, little Gracie Martin. Well, I'm going to tell you the story. She died a tragic death as we look for her grave. I'm actually going to read to you from the paper of the day an actual article about the family and the case. Now, George and Nancy Martin migrated to Oxford, Kansas soon after their marriage. They came to Kansas by covered wagon with their 5 children, Edgar Everett Martin, Forrest Martin, Bessie Martin Usher, Lloyd Martin, and of course, Gracie. While making the trip from Illinois to Kansas, the family was robbed by 3 masked men. George Martin had built this small wooden box and he kept it beneath one of the wagons, and he put all their money into it, $800. At a site near St. Louis, these masked men rode up and robbed them of it. They just seemed to know where it was, the exact location. It was thought that, maybe it was the neighbors. It was thought that the neighbors who helped them load the wagons had followed them and did it. With the Martins were Nancy's 2 brothers, Perry and John, their last name Harrison. After the robbery, the group had only $13, which Perry had in his pocket. George Martin was a farmer and rancher. He planted fruit trees and raised sheep, which was unusual in those days. It was on his farm that his grandchildren ate mutton and asparagus. Nancy Martin was known for her apple pie and her clean house. She wove a rag carpet which each spring was taken up, ripped from the strips, the width of the loom, and washed on a washboard. Afterwards it was sewn back together and laid over a layer of wheat straw to make the floor more comfortable. The grandchildren helped stretch the carpet. In the home there was a beautiful plump organ on which some of the grandchildren played their first music. A cherished piece of furniture was a heavy wooden cupboard in which were kept the apple pie and goodies. Near the house was a small sod house. In it were kept the cream separator, canned foods, cured meats, and some household utensils. The soddy, as it was called, always smelled of cured ham. Well, tragedy was going to strike while George Martin was burning some prairie grass, and little 4-year-old Gracie was with him. And as it turned out, she tried to, as they say, fire a bunch of grass. The fire burned her fingers, and in her jerking back, threw some of the fire over her clothing, which caught and immediately enveloped her in flames. It was extinguished, but not until the little body was burned all over. While it was a very serious burn, the family had the assurance of the physician that she will recover. Well, sadly, she did not recover, and she died, and she is laid to rest here. Here we have a picture of the stone for little Gracie. Her full name, Marie Martin. She was born September 17, 1885 in Kansas, and she died March 19, 1890, 4 years old. The cemetery is called Yeager Cemetery here in Cowley County, sometimes called Yeager-Patterson Cemetery. All we can show you is the picture of the stone from Find a Grave. It's very sad to note that the property owners, we had requested permission to show you her grave, but they have denied us access. And I have to tell you, this is the first time in a long time of doing this that I've ever run into a situation where we would be denied access. So I'm sad to say I'm very disappointed. Typically every single time we've always been allowed in. Many times landowners, they have a cemetery and They are gracious and they let the people come in. They have a path sometimes, but I've never ever heard of or never been denied access. So I'm disappointed to tell you that. So we came in from the air. We did not set foot on the property and respected their wishes. So with that, we'll just wish that the Martin family is resting in peace. And Gracie Marie Martin, we hope you are in a better place and resting in peace.